You're about to leave reality and enter the world of fantasy sports.
And now, from the Sports Center in East Hampton, New York.
Sports! Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome to Sports Talk. We make fantasy sports into a reality. I'm your host, Rob Shaw, talking some fantasy football today. We'll have all your information at shports.com, including player notes, as well as headlines, the Sports Talk stock report, and also a little forum there so we can customize our content to your questions. You could also find some more fantasy football insight over at youtube.com/fanalist. Plenty of intelligent analysts there. All right, my friends, let's go over the Sports Talk stock report to discuss who's moving on up in value. And right off the bat with the bull report, it is none other than Derrick Ward of the New York Giants. Now, we knew that Brandon Jacobs was one of those guys you want to pick up in the first or second round of most fantasy leagues. What we weren't sure of was who else would contribute from the backfield for the G-men. Well, so far, Ahmad Bradshaw hasn't really had much run at all, but Derrick Ward has really played a big role so far for this team with 622 total yards this past weekend, finally getting into the end zone for the first time this year. The fact is this, both Jacobs and Ward do have some fantasy value. Ward is out there in many fantasy leagues. Go ahead and pick him up. He's well worth it. Next up, let's discuss a player who's dropping in value at this minute. He goes by the name of Marion Barber. Now, it's ironic. It's actually very different from the Derrick Ward situation. Sometimes it's good to have that split backfield. For Marion Barber, it worked wonders the last couple of years. Him and Julius Jones, and more recently, him and Felix Jones. Felix Jones then got injured. Tony Romo also out, so you don't have a passing attack to help complement his running game. But more importantly, he doesn't have someone to keep him fresh. So Marion Barber suddenly getting more carries than ever before, and it's really taken a hurting on his numbers. Just look at them, and you can see his 4.8 yards per carry over the last couple of years has gone all the way down to just 4 yards per carry, and the numbers are actually even worse than that most recently. Until Felix Jones comes back, expect lower than expected numbers coming your way from Marion Barber. Now finally, we're up to the traders report, and the name there is Ted Ginn Jr. If I'm you, I'd probably either trade him or release him. I mean, the guy's got some good talent. We saw that when he had 175 receiving yards the other day. But the problem is this, he's just not consistent. Think of him as a poor man Santana Moss. Good one day, bad the other. If you're looking for a consistent guy from the Miami Dolphins, Greg Camarillo is certainly the wide receiver who's leading the team there. 11 receptions tells the story itself this past weekend against Denver. He also had 110 receiving yards. Greg Camarillo is the guy to get for that receiving game. As far as good old Ted Ginn Jr., yeah, he might have a lot of value to be a first-round pick, but I'll tell you what, he's not going to post the numbers consistently that you need. Well, my friends, that was your Sports Talk stock report. Again, you can find some more fantasy football insight at shports.com. We have a little player forum there, as well as player notes. So if you have any questions, go ahead, ask it. We'll have our lead expert, Butch Husky, get to you. He's the one that you saw in the beginning next to the computer. Well, my friends, enjoy it for now. Until we meet again, may the sports be with you.